Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Hump Day Digest. It's the Wednesday show that we got over here at Andrews the Podcast. And today's guest, I have council member from Williamsburg County, District 2, Mr. Torrance Wilson. He invited me out to two ceremonies that took place. We're going to talk about that stuff and some more things. So as you get in here, go ahead and share this out. And the first thing I need to do is check and make sure that this is being broadcasted out. If you are new here to Andrews the Podcast, again, please hit the follow button. Make sure you do that so that you can get any of these podcasts. If you are over on YouTube, again, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can, I'm the only person watching this thing. Somehow this streaming platform that I use, it limits the videos to just me viewing them when I come on. So that's why you guys see me always at my phone thing. My friend Jay hasn't told me how to get past that yet. But again, I look forward to a great conversation tonight. You see his number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. That's Councilman Torrance Wilson from Williamsburg County, District 2. And the reason why Williamsburg County politics is interesting or means something to me is, for one, I pass through King Street a lot, spend quite a bit of money buying gas and just traveling through King Street. We got family members that are from Williamsburg County. Also, Andrews borders Williamsburg County. It's pretty much one and the same if because of the close proximity. So the folks that some of the folks that live in the part of Williamsburg County, which would be the east side of Williamsburg County, you wouldn't know if they live in Andrews or not. And then there's parts of the county, Williamsburg County, that is labeled as Georgetown County. As Williamsburg County. So you got parts of Andrews that lie in Williamsburg County and in Georgetown County. And so that's why this conversation is important. For a lot of different reasons. But again, as you guys get in here, please hit the like button, hit the notification bell, share these out, please. And without further ado, I'm going to bring him on up. That's the councilman from District 2, Williamsburg County. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Man, thank you for I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on to the podcast, man. Welcome to Andrews the Podcast.
I'm glad you can have me.
Oh man. Again, guys, this is Councilman Torrance Wilson right here. You see his phone number scrolling across the bottom of the screen. 843-325-0927. Don't call him while we're doing this stream. If you want to talk to him, you got a question for him, please put it in the comment section and we'll put it up on the screen there. Councilman Wilson, first of all, man, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you from, where you grew up at, the whole give us a little bio on yourself.
All right. First off, Torrance Wilson, as it was said, I grew up in Williamsburg County in the Neesmith area of Williamsburg. I graduated from Hemingway High School. In 1995, I attended South Carolina State University. Later, I got my post degree from the Citadel in administration. I still do work in the education field, where I serve as a career center director in Hemingway. And so at this time, I have two sons, a wife, and really just, living life to the best we can.
No doubt. Shout out to the Bulldogs, man. I live out this way, out that way. So shout out to the South Carolina State Bulldogs and the Citadel. I got a good story about the Citadel too. I went on a visit there in high school for this man by the name of Mr. Woody Cox. Man, good gentleman. Lives up in Clemson area now. Took me down there. But
Okay.
what inspired you to get into politics?
Well, it's a part of the service. Anytime you're in education, um, you're committed to a lifelong service, because that's what it is, and that service just rolls into seeing a need that needs to be fulfilled within the community, and because you're already used to doing service, it's easy just to pick up another service. So, it's all about being able to serve a people within a community that has a need for service. And I tend not to think of it as politics, but I tend to think of it as service because it is truly an opportunity to serve people.
Oh man, for the and see, I'm a capitalist, man. So I always wear it as I'm getting paid. So I admire you guys, man. Like yourself, Mayor McClary, because once I get into the numbers, it's like, ooh, it's definitely
Yeah, it doesn't. It really doesn't add up.
but I guess it adds up in it's not a money thing. I see that. The more that I'm around, and then the other day, when I came out to the two events that you brought me, that you invited me out to, I saw, you know, I saw where, oh, you can't buy that. You know what I mean? Bringing resources to the community, um, you know, in basically providing inspiration and hope, you know what I mean, through
Oh
through
yeah,
through resources. So um
and I mean that's what it's all about right there. And that's somebody trying to call now. It's helping to bring that service to light, and as you said, inspiring somebody else to pick it up and do it a little further. Um, One of the radio shows that I often listen to is the Black Eagle, and he always has the slogan, or he had the slogan, because as we know, he's passed away now, but he had the slogan, "What are you going to do about it?" People always come with problems, but what are you going to do about it? And so, I try to make that as a part of my service as always, and saying, what am I going to do about it? Not trying to ensure that I'm just talking about the problem, but trying to make sure that I'm doing something about the problem, and trying to inspire others to do the same.
Absolutely, and that's the key part of it. It's because we can get on here and be keyboard warriors and point out everything wrong with Williamsburg and Georgetown County, but what are
And
you doing?
that's the easy part, because it doesn't leave any responsibility on the person pointing the finger. But as
Absolutely.
you know, when you point one finger, you got three fingers pointing back at you.
Yep.
So what are you going to do about it?
And how long have you been councilman in District 2?
I've completed one term, and I'm in the middle of my second term now.
Okay.
So roughly about 5 years, getting close to six.
What are some of the things that you have that you're proud to say, hey, look, I've contributed to this since I've got into this position? What are some of the things that you kind of saw coming in that you wanted to kind of affect, that you have been able to affect thus far in this 6 years so far as you've been in it?
Well, we work closely with community members. We work closely with especially our parks, and we help to keep them afloat. Um, definitely in just communicating with people and trying to um, help them with their issues, because everyone always has an issue. um, Sometimes you don't have that success rate of 100%, but you just keep pushing forward. Being able to service the people within the community is the biggest thing. So we look at our communication with people, just trying to make sure everyone understands what's going on around us, what resources are available to us, and how we can utilize those resources to benefit our community best.
And recently here you partnered with uh, State Representative Lucas Atkinson of District 57, right?
Right.
Here's
And
Mr.
so Representative Atkinson, who represents District 57, because of the um, recent change of the lines, uh, we gained Lucas Atkinson from the Marion district, and so now District 57 runs along parts of Williamsburg County. He has all of Hemingway coming all the way up through what would be considered Stuckey, and as far over as the Bloomingville area. He has the inland portion of Bloomingville on the inland side of what's 527. And so
Okay.
he represents all of those persons now.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give an endorsement to Mr. Atkinson. I met him, at the event, and he's up this year for election. So the folks down in District 57, Horry, Marion, and Williamsburg County, you might want to consider giving Mr. Atkinson a vote in this coming primary. He'll be in the primary, and that's been a consistent theme that I've been hearing. From people is that really want to make sure people get out and support their candidates through the whole process, and that's for the
Right.
primary and through the general election, because if you don't support them in the primary, they won't make it to the general election.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And so you and Mr. Atkinson partnered up. How tell us about how that partnership came to be, and let's see here, where you guys at? Oh, that's you down there in out there in Stuckey, right?
Right. Yeah, that's down in the Stuckey part there.
But yeah, tell the people a little bit about why you guys partnered up, and as I go through these pictures here.
Well, with him being new to the area, myself being a fairly new councilman, we kind of was able to have a conversation, and quickly I found out that he had a like mind like myself, which is one of service. And so his main thing was, hey, how can I bring resources to the community that you live in? I don't live here, so I don't know a lot of persons that live here. I don't know the area. So, what the needs most effectively in this area will be. And so, we just began to communicate and talk. And we've been able to go to a couple of locations where, he's been able to introduce himself and, just show that he does generally care. And so we got together with him after speaking with the community members a little further, because we have different organizations that work with these parks to make sure they stay up and running and keep them looking good for the community. And so we were able to look there at a need that we needed, and he was able to help try to fulfill some of that need with the funds that he brought down from the state.
Yeah, that was a good conversation, because you was able to talk $84,000. I mean, you being modest there, and I'm gonna point out that what's the young lady's name standing beside Representative Atkinson?
That's one of our county officials. She's actually our grants administrator, Miss Yolanda Rogers, and she'll be helping us to spend the money appropriately and making sure that we get our biggest bang for the buck.
Yeah, and she pointed out she and, somebody who's been in the business doing this, she was impressed with the number because she said, usually that number is, $10,000-$15,000, but when they came with the big 84 lumber, I was like, oh baby. Yeah, that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was and I mean, not only were you able to bring it to the folks and over here and talk a little bit about this organization right here.
So this is the cost center, the Cunningham Center, in the Stuckey community, and in that area, we have a community building, we have a community walking track, we also have a community shed. Persons are able to rent the building, rent the shed. Of course, they walk, and so one of the things that we haven't been able to do in my time is to work on the playground equipment. So the playground equipment that we have there currently is pretty old and needed to be updated. And so yeah, that's what we're looking at, investing some of that $84,000 into, trying to get some new playground equipment for our babies so that they can play safe. And just be kids, because a lot of times children don't get the opportunity to be kids. The equipment that we have is just not up to par, and we want to make sure that we get that equipment up to par.
No doubt. And like I said, it was that was in the Stuckey community, and then you went over in the Morrisville community and did the same thing, $84,000. Can you talk a little bit about this organization?
Right. So this is the Neesmith Morrisville Park um, community members, and we were able to get them another $84,000 thanks to Representative Lucas Atkinson. And we're looking at trying to do the same thing in their area, trying to build up the playground equipment for our children, as well as some other improvements that we need to do. As you can see, that's the shed area that they have there. So, we want to look at trying to put in some more lighting, try to put in some ceiling fans, and just try to make it more comfortable for community members when they come out and enjoy the park. It's a beautiful park, and we want to make sure that it has all of the amenities that it needs to have to make sure that everyone can enjoy it.
Absolutely, man. And these two organizations, these are community-based 501 501(c)(3)s, correct?
That is correct. Both of these organizations operate with 501(c)(3)s, nonprofits, and they're able to put in for grants and all of that good stuff. And so that really makes it easier. Is never easy, but it makes it easier when you're trying to get your state representative to help you out with funds and things of that nature.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, I'm on with Williamsburg County Councilman Torrance Wilson, District 2. You see his phone number there on the bottom of the screen. Again, don't call him about nothing right now. When he get off, you give him a call, about concerns. And one of the things I know that we talked about a little bit is coming up here is the summer and jobs for young people. There is the SC Works summer jobs the summer. That's the SC Works number right there. So you want to
Right.
call
So
that? Yeah.
so SC Works, they have a program called WIOA, which focuses on those teenagers, 15, going up to the adults of 24. They call those the young adults, and they have funds available to help with job placement and things of that nature. Of course, they also service the adults, 25 and older, who are also looking for employment. And so, those persons there have a grasp on, where jobs are hiring, how much they're paying, and what the qualifications for those jobs are.
So there's the phone number there. And also, what you could do is just head on over to scworks.org. You see it right there, jobs.scworks.org. Go ahead over there, and get them kids set up for the summer. Look into the program that Councilman Wilson just talked about. Also, we want to cover it's another program going down in Williamsburg County for the seniors, and this is going to, let's get this up here. All
Yeah,
right,
that's vital aging.
yep. Here, let me move this SC Works number from here. And let's go. Trying to play engineer and everything by myself tonight, but we're gonna make it work. All right, go there, and that's the SC food. All right. Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program. Attention seniors, you may qualify to receive coupons to buy fresh fruits and vegetables from authorized farmers this summer. Okay, and
Yep.
how you qualify is you got to be 60 years or older. You got to provide proof, identification, and you got to prove that you live in the county from which you are, in Williamsburg County in this case. And this is going to take place June 13th, King Street Recreation Building. They're going to open up at 9 a.m. and you can find the King Street Recreation Building at 375 Nelson Boulevard, King Street, South Carolina. And you need to get there early because this is a while quantities last type of an event. So you want to get there early. The saying, early bird gets the worm.
Always.
And so here is a phone number for that program. Where is it? Senior food voucher. There it is right there. 843-354-5496. Again, this is June 13th at the Rec in King Street, South Carolina. Okay, if you're 60 years or older, if you got a family member that's 60 years or older in Williamsburg County, they are eligible to receive food vouchers to get fresh fruits and vegetables from farmers this summer. So it doesn't say as to how much the voucher is, but it's a voucher. And with the food prices right now, anything will help. I'll tell you that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was made aware of the fact that the state of South Carolina is one of 15 states that are not renewing the summer food program. So
Yeah,
um,
that's not a good thing for us.
no, and so it is vital in certain situations that these teenagers, they're gonna have to get out and work to help the family out, and so use these resources, because that's one thing to bring the resources, but the people got to use the resources. Um, you know, but Councilman, uh,
Before we go though, I
go
do
ahead.
want
That's what
us
I was
to
about to. Go
I
ahead. Go
do
ahead.
want us to talk about actually getting out to vote.
There you go. Right there.
That's that's
Yep.
that's been one of the big things that we try to focus on is trying to get people registered to vote, um, getting people turned out to vote, and making sure that they know all of the details they have when it comes to voting. And your number one resource is scvotes.org. On this site, you can register to vote. You can check your voter registration. You can check your actual ballot to see who you should be voting for. With all of the changes that were made, a lot of persons still don't know, who they're actually going to be voting for. And so with this website and a smartphone or a laptop or anything, you can check to see exactly where you should be voting and how you should be voting. It also gives you an opportunity if you're out of state, you can do absentee voting as well. Um, Now we're able to start voting 2 weeks early. So Williamsburg County always has two sites available um, for early voting. One is going to be at the J.J. Mitchum Center in Hemingway, and the other is the Alex Chapman Building there in King Street.
Okay. And the deadline to be able to vote in the primary in South Carolina. In South Carolina, you have to be registered 30 days prior to any election that you plan to participate in. And that date is going to be May 11th. So you need to be registered by May 11th in order to support your candidate in this upcoming primary.
That is correct.
Mhm. And you said the two early voting centers are the
The J.J. Mitchum Community Center in Hemingway,
mhm.
and also the Alex Chapman Building in King Street.
Gotcha.
And that's going to be 2 weeks before June 11th primary day of voting.
No doubt, man. So y'all see him here on the screen, Councilman Torrance Wilson of
Yes, sir.
Williamsburg County. Okay, Councilman, listen, you got the floor. Anything you want to announce? You want to talk about? I mean, the floor is yours. Again, I appreciate you for coming on. I love what you're doing. It's you know it, it's good to see brothers involved in taking a leadership role and doing the type of things that you're doing. You know what I mean? Bringing resources to the community. Miss Jones said, "Oh God," Miss Jones see that check. But it's you know what I mean. Again, that inspired me. And you'll see here. I'm gonna invite you to it's kind of a tough weekend, but it's a Father's Day weekend. We're putting together um, something in the community park in Jones Avenue that needs a lot of help. So I'm just like I told you then, that man,
hmm
this really, I was supposed to be here to see this, and so you soon see the manifestation of that. But
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man. It's good to see, um, you know, the folks, like I say,
And if I could, I'd just like to again just say thank you to Representative Atkinson for taking the time out to entertain us, to look out for us, Williamsburg County, and just just having us on his mind and his heart to go up there to Columbia and fight for funds for us to be able to help our communities out. And so, Representative Atkinson, if you're able to hear me, hey, I really do appreciate it. Appreciate you for all your efforts and what you're doing. And from our conversations, he's not through. He's going to
hey,
continue to work to get more resources in our area.
and
That's what we need, resources.
and that's what he not only, I mean, he was saying it, because he talked about, because he's a diabetic and he travels through the area, regularly. And he said that
hmm
was one of his priorities is getting the money. And Miss Jones, I like Miss Jones now, because Miss Jones was like, all right, we got the check. When can we start getting some more?
Yeah, and
but
so
I mean, if you don't
it
fight
doesn't.
for it, and that's why, again, man, I want to highlight you, because finally, it gets into feelings when I get to start saying the truth. But we got a representative, a mayor in Andrews that fights for us. When he go into that room, whatever room it is, we know he's fighting for us. Okay, he's gonna, what I mean, he's got our best interests at heart. And so, the folks in District 2, I see that they got that in you, man. You got this platform anytime you need. If you got anything going on, you want to send me the flyer. You know what I mean? Just send it to my inbox. I'll get it up. You know, and run it. You know, until the date of the program. So, but again, man, you got the
And listen,
floor.
I want to thank you as well, man, for this opportunity and getting out and talking about, because a lot of times we don't get an opportunity to talk about voting and some of the resources we have. It is just not available to us, and so I thank you as well, and also to the citizens of District 2 in Williamsburg County for entrusting me to go behind those doors and fight for them to get the resources that we need to make our community all that we want it to be.
No doubt, man. Again, man, any last words?
Listen, just keep fighting the good fight, and everybody get out there and vote. Make your vote count. A lot of times they say your vote doesn't matter, but your vote counts,
And
and
you
you
can
should make sure that it counts.
register to vote online. You just need your driver's license. Go right there to scvotes.org, and
That's correct.
man, make it happen. Just get active. That's what you need to do. But
And if I could end with anything, it would just be my slogan, which is working with you for you.
absolutely, man. I appreciate you, brother. Again, you know what I mean. You got to check back in, and let me say this part right here. This why you know, I pay attention to little, to little things. This man ain't even campaigning to run for election. You know what I mean? You could have kind of just sat back and just waited. Well, I ain't gotta run this year. You out here doing the work, so y'all remember this. When 2 years come from now, y'all remember this. This man gonna have the work to show you. Okay, so
Most
again, brother,
definitely.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for checking in, and I'll get up with you.
Good deal, man. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
All right, brother. And there he is, District 2, Councilman Torrance Wilson. You know what I mean? Making it happen over there in District 2. Making it happen over there in District 2. Again, y'all make sure y'all support and guys, make sure you support this man right here. This is Representative Lucas Atkinson. Okay. Lucas Atkinson. He apparently, like they were saying, the lines were redrawn in District 2, and he inherited the part of Williamsburg County, District 2 part of Williamsburg County and other parts, and he's having an impact already. So you need to get him in there, because if he came through like this, you know what I mean. Hey, no telling what he can do with another 4 years. But with that being said, I'm going to check out and check off. Y'all make sure y'all be nice to each other. Peace.